Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sir, just real quickly back on Taiwan again. Do you believe Taiwan is prepared to defend itself? Your evaluation of what Taiwan's been doing, the only thing I keep seeing, they want more F-16s, and we think they're going to be able to go to air war with China and defend Taiwan. I don't think so.
I think Taiwan could do more, sir.
Are you all strategically giving them different things that they can use, whether it be in the sea or on land, to protect their island?
I think they're in close consultation with our partners in Indo-PACOM and within the Department of Defense.
Mm-hmm. How about Ukraine? Can Ukraine win now that we've, as Senator King so rightfully pointed out and Senator Hawley followed up on, we misread that one. Are we reading it now they have the ability to win if we continue to support without us being pulled into a land war with them on their own? Can they win?
I think that is a difficult prediction to make. Right now, I think where the agency is at is a prolonged stalemate should no factor change on either side. In other words, the Russians continue to do what they're doing, and we continue to do what we're doing for the Ukrainians. I see that as a stalemate, not
Dr.
necessarily.
Haynes, how do you evaluate this? I'm sure you've been kept up to speed on this and evaluating them. My other concerns you might want to answer is our ability to maintain and manufacture the weapons that are needed to not only help Ukraine, not only to backfill our allies, but also keep our own supply chains up. Are we running critically low? Could it be that we could put ourselves in a dangerous situation?
Thank you, Senator. So I think a few things. One is just taking your last question first. Something we can do maybe a little bit in closed session is talk about not just our military assistance to Ukraine, but also a number of other countries that have provided military assistance to Ukraine.
Wait for me to ask the questions. Are you concerned about the ability to have the supplies that are needed for us, for our allies, and what Ukraine is going to need to sustain and hopefully win this war?
So that's why I was talking about the allies piece. No, I'm not concerned, because I think, frankly, between all of us, there is the capacity to provide the kind of assistance that they're asking for.
Okay, and as you identify, can you identify other hotspots we're very much concerned about? And I'll give you, other than China, because we know China's challenges we have. Other hotspots that we're worried about could stem up or rise up during this very difficult time and the geopolitical unrest that we have in the world. Where would you, in Iran, North Korea, some of the ones you're more watching and concerned about?
The agency's worried about North Korea for sure, and their ballistic missile development timeline, and as well as potential nuclear testing. We're always thinking about Iran and the actions that they have to pull malign influence within the region against our neighbors, and certainly U.S. forces there. Always thinking through how to sustain partnerships to be able to keep a beat on these threats.
Director Haynes, are you concerned about basically the tensions that we have with UAE and with Saudis, and also their more visual movements, intentional movements towards China for support, or basically the yuan being used now as the currency that they're accepting for payment of energy? Things of this sort that could also put us in a more precarious situation with UAE and Saudis.
Thank you, Senator. I think, obviously, as you indicate, we are always looking at efforts that both China and Russia make to try to make inroads with partners of ours across the world, and UAE and Saudi Arabia are examples of that in both respects.
Cybersecurity is my final one for you all. Cyber, right now, it seems like it'd be just a convoluted area where people would report whether it's private companies in America that are getting hacked and what's going on, but also who is in charge, where do they go, what is the chain right now within the federal government and the military especially on cyber that you would consider the premier spot that we should be working with? Or are we putting things together? Are we still so fragmented throughout our agencies?
In my experience, it's gotten better over the years. I would never say it's perfect. It is one of those things that continues to be worked through, but there's a very clear chain of command with respect to taking action.
Who's taking the lead? Who takes the lead?
So when it comes to offensive cyber operations to defend the country, obviously the Department of Defense does so. When it comes to defending helping to
That's
defend infrastructure and critical, right, exactly, resilience. It's Department of Homeland Security and the FBI, and it's and everybody has a role to play, and we obviously support in the intelligence community all of them in the work that they're doing.
About the national cybersecurity, how about the center? How do you all evaluate the National Cybersecurity Center?
You mean the National Cybersecurity Director, the new position?
All the stakeholders are involved in that. That's why I'm saying the convoluted. Who's taking the lead? Who is the lead person? Who's the lead agency?
Yeah, CISA is the main.
How do you evaluate that?
I think they're doing very well. Yeah.
Okay. No further questions.